Here are the top 5 keys for the 49ers when they play the Bengals this weekend at home. 1, Steve Wilks has to find a way to pressure Joe Burrow. Wilks couldn't find a way to pressure Kirk Cousins last week, and the Niners lost. 2 years ago when the Niners faced the Bengals in Cincinnati, DeMeco Ryans was in his first season as the defensive coordinator, and he found a way to pressure Joe Burrow. They sacked him 5 times, won by 3. That was a key win for the 49ers, and it was largely because of what DeMeco Ryans could do with his pressures. So far, with a much better D-line than they had in 2021, Steve Wilks is not finding a way to pressure the quarterback, whether it's with 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, how many. It doesn't matter how many rushers he sends, he's not getting there. It's on him. The talent's there. Whatever stunts and games you call with a 4-man rush, they got to work. Whatever blitzes you call, they got to work. The blitz you called last week ended up in a touchdown that lost the game for you. So Steve Wilks if he can't pressure Joe Burrow in this game, he could get fired at the bye week, and the Niners will lose. So this is very much about Steve Wilks. Number 2, running the ball without Trent Williams. When he's healthy, the Niners run outside to the left. Pitch the ball to the left, give it to Christian McCaffrey, let him follow Trent Williams downfield in space, big plays. But Trent Williams has an injured ankle, didn't play last week, might not play this week. Even if he does, he's not going to be that mobile. He's not going to be getting to the second level and making a lot of blocks. Downfield, they can't be running the ball outside. They got to run the ball between the tackles, up the middle. And that's not behind Trent, and that's not Christian McCaffrey's forte. That's Jordan Mason's forte because he's the most powerful running back on the team. So Kyle Shanahan has to trust Jordan Mason this week. Last week he didn't, gave him no carries, Niners lost. Had no run game, haven't been able to run the ball in 3 weeks. Got to trust Jordan Mason, run the ball up the middle. 3, Brock Purdy has to protect himself. He's probably going to play. He got a concussion or concussion-like symptoms on Monday Night Football. Maybe it wasn't that serious. But what is serious is if you get a concussion 2 weeks in a row. Everyone knows that the second concussion, if it follows the first one that soon, can be really, really bad. It happened to Tua last year. He had a concussion week 3, came back to Cincinnati week 4, played the Bengals on that turf, bounced his head off it, got a really serious concussion, and it affected his career. It affected his season for sure. Purdy needs to protect himself. Get rid of the ball quickly. Do not take that second blow to the head because it's serious. It's your career at stake. Look what happened to Tua. Number 4, the Niners got to stop the run with 7 in the box. With the Bengals, they're a pass-first team, kind of like the Vikings, where you got a really good quarterback and 3 excellent wide receivers in Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Tyler Boyd. So the Niners are going to play, 2 deep safeties and sort of dare the Bengals to run the ball. And the Bengals have Joe Mixon, who isn't great, but he's better than anyone on the Browns or the Vikings, who ran the ball pretty well against the Niners and beat him. So the Niners are going to have to find a way to stop the run, stop Joe Mixon with 7 in the box. Those defensive ends are going to have to set edges. That's Nick Bosa. Part of the reason the Niners aren't stopping the run that well is that Nick Bosa missed all of training camp and didn't really learn the Niners run fits under Steve Wilks. He's got to do a better job. Cleveland Farrell has to do a better job. They have to funnel Joe Mixon between the tackles and the teeth of the defense where Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw can make plays. Finally, number 5, Jake Moody has to make his kicks. I mean, he's missed 3 of his last 5. And he made a clutch 55-yarder late against the Vikings that probably saved his job. But if he misses another couple in this game and the Niners lose because of it, and they go into the bye week on a 3-game losing streak with this guy missing all these kicks, he's done most likely. So for the Niners to win, he's got to be money. Even in college, he wasn't as good on the road. So this is a big test of his mental fortitude. And this job's on the line. Jake Moody, make your kicks, baby.